Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 37 of your NHL 22 franchise mode here with the Edmonton Oilers as, we had a disappointing playoff run this past year. We won the Stanley Cup the previous year. This year we got our asses absolutely handed to us by the Seattle Kraken. But before we get into this video, I'd like to just say if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, as that will be very much appreciated, boys. So let's get into this upcoming episode. We have a lot to change with this team. Of course, we had a pretty rough playoffs. We had a pretty good regular season this year. We were 49, 31, and 2. We were not a bad team. Just our division is absolutely loaded. We are in now a very much of a tough division, especially with the Kraken growing the way that they are, and of course the Kings as well. You got the Ducks, like so many good teams in this division. It was a very tough division, and I thought we did really, really good. We had to deal with some cap concerns this past year where we had to downgrade a little bit. We lost Dylan Holloway, which, took away from our trio of players, and we had to downgrade a bit. So I think coming into this upcoming offseason, we're going to be finding a sniper that's going to bring us, 20 to 25 goals a season, and that's going to be a big target. So one of the guys that we're looking to trade away is Nylander, the guy that we picked up at the deadline. And now we can, swap him to get a player that I think will actually really help the roster out a little bit as well. Especially with Kirill Kaprizov being the way that he is. Yes, he is a sniper, but I see him more as like a playmaker more than anything. You look at his previous stats. Some years, yeah, he definitely does pop off goal scoring wise, but majority of the time he has a pretty good amount of assists. And I think bringing in a guy that's going to bring you 25 to 30 goals a season will be pretty massive for us. Now, we are stuck with a pretty good amount of players. Like a pretty good amount of the players we are basically stuck with this year as we sign a lot of no trade clause and a lot of no movement. Of course, we're going to have to figure out what we do with our goaltending. The goaltending situation was kind of tough this past year. Casey DeSmith was absolutely amazing for us, 26 and 10, a 921 save percentage, absolutely incredible. He was very meh during the playoffs. He really didn't make the saves that he needed. Saros was just an absolute trash fire this entire season. So we're going to, of course, hope that he bounces back this upcoming season. But it's a lot to ask for right now from Saros. Unfortunately, we have to keep him as well. He still has a year on no movement. So we're still stuck with him, which is unfortunate because, we would probably like to move on from it. And then our defense is becoming very old. So we are definitely coming towards the time where we might be, heading off as GM and letting someone else, retool this team a little bit more than what we can. So I think with this upcoming year, we try to make the team as best we possibly can and go for another run, We still have Darnell Nurse at a decent overall. I think we try to maybe trade for a defenseman too. We need to make some moves. Now, we every offseason, we've been making a lot of moves and we're making a lot of trades. And, some of the trades don't always work out for us. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are your Stanley Cup champions this past year. So that was a big win for them, winning that Lord Stanley. Unfortunately, we weren't able to this year, but we were the previous year. So at least we won a cup. I think that's, a big achievement in itself that we were able to pull this team out of the fucking dirt and win a Stanley Cup. We almost could have won two, but, we played horrible the first time around. So our Ross goes to Nikita Kucherov. Hart Memorial. Connor McDavid wins it this year, so he wins it once again the second time, I think, in this franchise mode. Dahlin gets the James Norris. DeBrincat got the Lady Bing. Wilkinson got the Calder there. Stamkos won the Colin Smythe. Dylan Holloway won it last year. I think we should almost kept Holloway, but anyway, Skinner won the Vezina. Man, are we ever regretting trading away Skinner, because he has been absolutely amazing this past year for the Colorado Avalanche. Bugard won the Frank J. Selke again. Ted Lindsay wins it, goes to Connor McDavid. And then Lundstrom wins the Maurice Richard. So our Western Conference just keeps getting tougher, especially with that Gregory Cross guy. That Cross guy fucking killed us in the playoffs. And matter of fact, where did the Seattle Kraken end up placing in the playoff tree here? Kind of interested. So yeah, they made it all the way to the conference finals. They kicked our ass and then swept the Ducks and then lost in 7 games against the Stars. Stars went up against the Lightning, a little bit of a rematch from, a long time ago, and the Tampa Bay Lightning once again won again. So Lightning still a beast of a team. Like, my lord, they win another cup, which is just absolutely crazy for them. They just continue to dominate and continue to be crazy. So upcoming draft, I don't think we have any first round picks because, like I said, we were going all in. So I think we traded away our first round pick. I think it was for Victor Hedman. So let's take a look at the retired players. So Alexander Ovechkin retires with 1,036 goals, the very first ever player in NHL history to hit 1,000 goals. Big, massive achievement. And he actually finished with more points than Sidney Crosby. Of course, he played more games, though, and Sidney Crosby was basically right behind him. It's just, you know, Crosby, of course, had those concussions. Man, imagine if Crosby didn't have all those concussions. Crosby is just, he's a fucking amazing player. Then you got Nicholas Backstrom, his teammate, with 1,000 assists in his career as well. Absolutely amazing. Blake Wheeler calls it quits as well, and then David Perron as well. I don't think we lost anyone to retirement. Nope. Nobody retired for us. All right, so let's move into the offseason. So we're going to try to get through the whole offseason in this episode. The next few years, we're going to try to go by pretty quick. Just because, you know, we are getting near the ends of, you know, Draisaitl and McDavid's careers. And, you know, we're probably going to play the last few years, I think, in the 12-hour live stream that we're going to be doing next week on Sunday. May. Is this May? Yeah, no. What am I thinking? April. Fuck. Sorry, my brain is all fucked up, apparently. But yeah, April 10th, I'll be doing the 12-hour live stream, and I might be doing a little bit of this to kind of cap it off, and then, of course, it will be made into the video, of course, as well, so you guys can, you know, watch it over and not gonna miss it. So, we got a lot of chores that we gotta do. I think upgrading the top 6 is definitely one of them. I did like Pierre Luc-Dubois. I thought he was an amazing piece to the team, and I thought he did really, really good throughout the season. Nuge is now an 84 overall, so I think he might even drop, and I think he might become a third liner this upcoming year. Conor Garland jumped up to be a second liner. Nylander dropped down to be a third liner. So basically, we can't actually make any moves to our top 6 right now, because with Nuge, Garland, Dubois, and then we got maybe we trade Garland to a playoff team then. I don't want to trade him because he was a decent player for us and we could play him as a depth guy. That wouldn't be a bad idea, but we might have to trade him to one of the top divisional teams. We're going to trade him to an Eastern Conference team, but we're definitely not trading him to, you know, one of our top division or LA. We're not going to do that. We're not that crazy. So basically, the teams I could take him is Pittsburgh, or in the Central or the Atlantic. So Pittsburgh and Boston basically can only take Conor Garland. Man, we got some, fuck me. I think Nuge is probably going to drop a little bit more. Man, that's going to be an expensive, like, third line player to have on the team. My Lord. Really is going to be an expensive player to have. So he's at the top of the draft. So you got Connor Ho. Yeah, Jaden Betts, Buden. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have any top picks in this draft either, from what I remember. Yeah, just the 4th round picks. And that's basically all we have. So, yeah, let's find a trade. Let's see what we can bounce for Conor Garland here. Because I would like to improve our top 6. I think that's definitely a component of our team that we can improve. And we have a little bit more money this year, so... Hey, okay, so they want to trade away Connor Timmons, though. So, what is Timmons all about? Is he a good player? Like, what is his stature here? So, 85 overall, top 4 defenseman. That's not terrible. 3.6 is a little bit more than what I want. Pittsburgh, eh? They are sellers for some reason. But, because they just lost Crosby, so most likely Garland probably wouldn't want to go there. Because this team is just kind of falling off now. Like, they just lost Crosby. That would make no sense to trade Conor Garland there. Conor Garland is no trade clause. I know I'm kind of not staying realistic to the rules, but, yeah, fuck. Either of these players don't want, they can't, I mean, yeah, we can make a deal here, but they really don't have anybody to trade away. I mean, unless we pick up fucking CC. Tyler Rash, but I think he's a free agent. I think we're going to have to wait. I think we're just going to have to wait until after the deadline. Because, I mean, we don't have too many players to sign anyways in general, so it's not like we need to clear cap or anything. Like, we have the money to make the people, or sign the people that we need to sign. because it's only Kasha, and I think that's really it that we all got to sign, and Hedman, but we're not bringing him back, right? So we don't have to really worry about any free agents. I think we wait on a goaltender too. I think we just, in general, wait. We just make the picks that we need to make in this draft. Hopefully, we could get lucky with a few good picks here already. Medium elite, Born Rankel, the German here, and let's bring him in. Medium elite. He is going to be so far away. He's definitely going to be trade bait. Rankel, 49 overall, medium elite. Like if he was a little bit higher than that, maybe I would probably keep him. But he is pretty far out for being an NHL ready defenseman. Yeah, we could, 6'5", Donald Ruloff, not bad. Another little potential player that we can, and that's a big thing, right? We're trying to go for that cup, so we're gonna try to sacrifice as much as we can to make these types of runs. Beautiful pick, Carpenter, 47 overall goalie. And yeah, that might screw over the Edmonton Oilers in the future, but like, man, this team had a rebuild for 10 years. I don't think the fans really care right now. They want more cups, right? You have a team that sucked for so long, and yeah, McDavid and the best generational player. I think we should be trying our hardest to bring in another cup for this team once again. That's why we've been, I think, super aggressive throughout this entire franchise mode, because of the fact, I'm a personally an Oilers fan myself, so you want to see this team fucking be successful, so we're not going to be holding back. We're going to try to make the best possible moves that we can every single time we jump in to, trade deadline or this upcoming off season. We're going to be super aggressive, especially now since we're going to have Nuge most likely fall out of the top, and I like our coach, so our head coach is a free agent, so we're going to take a look at him. So yeah, only $9.4 million right now. So not a whole lot of money to go in the free agency with, but we do have the team mostly filled out. Kasha doesn't want to come back, which is understandable because we played him pretty low in the lineup. I think we try to bring back some depth players if they're not wanting, one-way deals. Graham Clark, sure. Just bring back some depth. Liam Lucas Fook. Koopa Marody. We've been having Marody forever, so we might as well bring him back. Slavkovsky's actually kind of jumping up there, so I don't see why not sign him. Chason's kind of jumping up as well. McMahon wants a contract now, so let's get him onto the team, baby. I don't know. Big Mammon's going to be ready anytime soon. That's kind of the big concern. Like, we might have to trade away McMahon because he just might not be ready, but I kind of want to wait because I feel like if we wait for him, he could be a player that could be so instrumental, especially since we're just signing him to a deal now. If he jumps up big time this year, he could be a really, really useful player, right? He could be the Miles Cook for our defensive core. Right, because Miles Cook is going to be massive for us this year. Like, we're going to be relying on him big time for him jumping up. So, defense. We'll go back up here. Yakupov signed. We'll get Mirko Mueller here. Jarls, get some defensemen back in the H. Oh, yeah, you could fuck right off. Hell no, bro. You're not getting that contract. Okay, that's good. Jersey, no. Honka, get out. Oh, yeah, we just... Spence. Oh, Matheson, yeah. Matheson could get lost. We're going to find somebody else for the top six. Hedman could go. Hopefully, Evertson jumps up. That's kind of concerning me that he dropped down to an 83. That was a problem. We were forced to make... I mean, we weren't forced to. We could have just waited on Holloway. Maybe we should have. Because we were in a rush to get a good defenseman, and it ended up not working too great for us. So I do want to bring back into Smith, but for right now, maybe we could find some good goaltender that could be a good tandem with Saros. And maybe we can get Saros going and good this year. I don't know. I'm hoping we can because he's been a big instrumental goalie for us since like day one. And we signed him to a big contract because we believed in him and we wanted him to be on the team for a long fucking time. And now, he's not living up to his end of his deal now. So we still have 9.7 because we legit signed nobody. Like, absolutely nobody. Just, yeah, these are all a bunch of depth players that I don't want to sign back. So they can drop down a free agency. So let's take a look at our coaching staff here because we did have Millock, our head coach that we've had forever. He is a free agent. So Mark Millock, he's been with us for a heck of a long time, since 2022-23. And he's basically given us winning records every single year This year was a bit of a shift with the team, but he's been a great coach for us. I think this was one rough year. I think we sign him back unless we can afford him. We might not be able to. I mean, we could just fire a few coaches. I think that we could probably do that. Because I don't use the salary cap in the game, but sometimes when you sign players near it, they don't like the sign. So we do want Mark Millock back as our head coach. Like, we definitely do. That's without a doubt happening. We are bringing Mark Millock back as our head coach. Started off on the right foot by offering me a role. Ideally suited. Yeah, perfect. So Millock is back as our head coach here for the Edmonton Oilers, which is exactly what we wanted. So, yeah, let's get on to free agency. So, yeah, basically, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do with our top six here, because that's going to be the kind of the confusing part, is what we do with that. You know, is Nuge going to drop down? Because if he doesn't, you can't trade away Nuge. You're going to have to trade away the player that you pick up. So Nuge is kind of the big question here on what the fuck do we do with him. So, yeah. I think Garland and Dubois, I mean, Dubois might be the easiest guy to trade away, and then you keep Garland and Nuge, and you try to pick up a guy that's going to be a better power forward, I guess, is what you could do. Let's see what's in free agency, though. Let's see what we can potentially scoop up for the team without making a deal. And oh, my Lord. You're talking about a massive defenseman, man. Cale Makar. I kind of want to do it because why not? Like, that big of a defenseman. Like, we got to clear a lot of cap, though, man. Ooh. And can we even do a deal like that without sacrificing a whole lot? Right? I mean, there's not a whole lot of great defensemen. I mean, you got Keandre Miller, left-handed defenseman. We need another right-handed. I mean, we got Bouchard and Miles Cook, so we don't really need a defenseman. We don't need to do this, but I'm kind of thinking maybe we do. Stuart Skinner, fucking holy crow, buddy, man. What, man? You were all over the place. Like, you were inconsistent and you know, not doing very good, kind of stuck in the AHL. Now this year you popped off for Colorado. Great for you, bud. I love to see it. Love to see it, man. As my neighbor upstairs is vacuuming. Not bad, though. I think... Oh, I'm trying to... Like, this is going to be a tough offseason because it's just another predicament that we've kind of thrown ourselves into. Like, every offseason with the Edmonton Oilers has been very, very tough for us. Like, it has never really been ideally an easy offseason to kind of go through. We've constantly had to deal with different changes, and it's a weird fucking team, honestly. So, yeah, none of the big teams like Boston or Pittsburgh really want. I mean, Pittsburgh is kind of a selling team right now. Come on, game. Fucking hurry your ass up. Let's get into the proposed trade menu. Let's take a look at the team, see what we can look at. So, Boston, they're kind of like a conservative buyer, and then you got Pittsburgh, who I think are just complete sellers, right? I'm pretty sure they just released a lot of their guys. They don't have a whole lot on the team anymore. I mean, they got a future defenseman coming up. They still got Drew and Getzel. I mean, they still do have a team that we could trade Garland to. And, I mean, we're not really technically breaking the rules. We are trading him to a team that is a top divisional team. Buffalo, on the other hand, they saw Pasternak. I think Garland could really fit in well there because they do need a new right winger. We're not going to get anything from this team. We're just going to get basically room to breathe with our cap a little bit more. That's a problem. I want to trade away Garland for somebody. I don't want to just get left empty-handed or have to overpay for someone in free agency. Right? Like, is there anybody around the league? I mean, you got Owen Tippett, 86 overall, 6.2. Produces about the same as Garland. Trying to think here, man. Maybe we trade away Bouchard. And try to go after maybe Cale Makar. Because, like, the thing is, we could honestly just tank up our defense. Because Cale Makar could be pretty fucking cool to have. Right? So, let's see here. What if we were to trade away... So, what's our big... I mean, I would love to trade away Nurse and do this type of thing. And not even Cale Makar is like a guarantee. We might not even get him. And that's the problem with trade away a Bouchard and clearing up cap like the way we would be doing like this. But with getting Cale Makar, that would pretty much tank up the defense pretty good. And especially if Miles Cook jumps up this year, then you really wouldn't have to worry about anything. We don't have a whole lot of other cap players to really trade away in the deal unless you wanted to trade away like a Kaprizov. You can't trade away Nuge. I mean, you could trade away a Nylander as well. But I think Bouchard would just be perfect enough to clear up that cap. Right? Because right now, that would make us at 15 mil. I mean, we almost could just dump off a Nylander. Could dump off a Nylander to a team, and that would give us enough cap to be able to do it. It just would leave us with nothing else. But I mean, if we trade away, with trading away Nylander, at least we're not sacrificing as much in this deal because we're just trading away Nylander. We're just dumping him off the team. We're getting him to somewhere else, and then we make a huge move to get Cale Makar. And then if we do get Cale Makar, then we can just dump off Mr. Evan Bouchard to some other team to fill in the need for the forecourt. Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's do this. And we'll rely on Saros. I'm going to give my fucking trust in Saros. We're going to find a really good backup. And I think we're going to do that. Maybe we could find a... we're not trading him to Anaheim. That's for fucking sure. Is there any goalies that anybody wants to trade away that we can just, like, get, like, a dirt cheap, really good goalie? Let's see here. But I think Cale Makar, like, if we're serious about going all in, let's try to go all in, you know? Let's try to do some outrageous shit here with the Edmonton Oilers and really try to bulk this team up. They got some future goalies here. Jan Bednar is not that far out. Yeah, there's fucking no one. Okay. So Tampa Bay wants them. They just won the Cup. Nylander could go off to a playoff team. Why not? Why not? Let's pick up some draft pick revenue here. This basically is what we're looking for, and we could trade this draft picks for shit later on. I think we could even pick up probably another fourth or something, maybe. Just really try to bulk up on picks here. Just a bit low? Okay. Can we get like a 6th and a 7th or something like that? Just really... Oh, yeah, let's go, baby. Nylander with a ton of picks. I mean, Nylander's worth it first, and they didn't want to trade away a first, so might as well get as many little picks as we can possibly get. So that clears up enough... barely enough, just enough for Cale Makar, I think. Ooh, I hope that's enough, because I don't want to do another trade. Let's see here. Whew, that is like right on the edge, man. That is right on the edge. How much do we got? Oof. I will try to offer him 12.575, because remember, boys, we can't overpay. So... that was the thing we were looking to do anyways. We weren't looking to overpay. If I could fucking mute my wheel to side here, that would be beautiful, but I can't. Piece of crap. So Cale Makar's contract will be a no trade clause. So I forgot to show you, boys, but I'll show you right quick. It is a no trade clause for Cale Makar. So that is what Cale Makar's contract will be. So we got St. Louis and Minnesota. We're probably not going to get him, to be completely honest with you. It's a fucking long shot that we get Cale Makar here. Very much of a long shot. So, if we get him, I mean, I will be ecstatic, but I really don't feel like it's going to happen. I have, like, a pretty good chance. I mean, Makar would make our defense, but yeah. Fuck me, man. Why does that have to be the fucking case, bro? Fuck. That's all I wanted. It was Cale Makar. And no, we get fucking dicked on. Fuck. I don't know, man. We just can never get the fucking luck, man. Jesus Christ. No one wants to come here, man. Fucking no one. Like, Jesus, Murphy. It's fucking impossible. No wonder why Holland has such a goddamn tough time with this damn team. I mean, Holland makes more moronic decisions than I do, but... holy crow, it's like impossible to build this team up. Is there any defenseman available that we can make a deal for that could actually honestly improve our defensive core? I mean, the last few times we've looked over this, it's been nothing. So Rasmus Anderson, what do you got? You're pretty good defensively. I do like that fact. You're not offensive defenseman, but we could honestly just make our defense just pure defense. Right? You got Ryan Pulock as well, but he's an 84, and he's old. That's why Anderson might not be a bad bet. But, like, is it going to really improve our defense core? Because, like, Bouchard's been a pretty good offensive defenseman for us, but he doesn't really fit with what we got right now. Like, Everton, I don't know, man. We're going to have Miles Cook jump up, hopefully, this year. Right? Bouchard's not bad defensively. Everton's not bad. And then you got Nurse. Miles Cook is going to be pretty good defensively. Honestly, I think we just shape out the top 6. We pick up a goaltender. And we fill out the forward core. I think that's what we do. There's nothing else we could really do here. Like, I don't know what else to fucking do but to just fill out the core. I think that's honestly ideally what we do here. Draisaitl, McDavid, Kaprizov, Garland, Dubois, and Nuge will play as, you know, our second line, or we could, you know, throw Draisaitl down to the second line. Veleno, Lindbolm will get like a right winger goal scorer, and then Ballquist could play on the wing, and then we'll get 2 more guys. So, yeah, we'll just fill out the depth. We got $12 million, so this is make the team deep again. Because, I mean, making any big moves right now is just outrageously stupid for us. We'll wait until the start of the season. We will wait until the start of the season. Will be a better bet for us to play patient. Drake Batherson. That might not be a bad idea. How many goals does he score? He's pretty good defensively, too, huh? Drake Batherson. He's been all right. He's been a decent producer every year. He's not too bad. And then he got Kelly Yarncruk. You also got Jason Zucker, but he's a little older, so no thank you. Same with Yarncruk. Burakovsky you got here, but he doesn't produce a whole lot compared to the other guy there. It's almost better to go with, what's his face? Drake Batherson. You got Rust, Kasha again, but, yeah, we had him last year. Yeah, I think it's a good bet to go here with Mr. Drake Batherson. Plays is pretty good defensively. If we don't have to deal with a contract with him, so we'll spin the wheel on him right quick. Spin the wheel on Drake Batherson. He wants, come on, be nothing. Let's go, baby. Nothing for Drake Batherson. We're locking him up. 3 years. We'll sign him for 3.4 for Drake Batherson. Oh, he wants actually 3. Yeah, actually, we'll do exactly what he wants. $3.45 million for Drake Batherson. Hopefully he comes on to the Edmonton Oilers, because I would definitely love to have him. And then we need some depth here for the team. So Dylan Gambrell, not a bad contract. Pretty good defensively. Produces a decent amount. 30 points there for Toronto this past year. And he's dirt cheap. That's not a bad contract either. But there's not a whole lot of other sentiments unless you bring in Barbashev, but he's not that great defensively. Gaudette, that's not terrible. Highlander. Yeah, I do like Dylan Gambrell here. Get him for 3 years at 2.1. That's a pretty good contract. We'll just lock up the depth. Why not? You know, if we could get, and if they don't work, you just trade them off and get some picks from some teams, right? That's the way I see it. Nikushkin, he's not great defensively. Hartman, is he physical too? I mean, we could actually, you know, let's pick up like a guy that could be a little bit of a chippy guy. Wade Allison, not bad. Brett Leeson. Ooh, yeah, Brett Leeson. I do like that. Plays no defense. But, hey, why the fuck? Why not? 1.775. We'll bring in one guy that really doesn't play that great defensively. Then we'll fill out the top 6 here. And we spent about... Yeah, we already spent a decent amount here, so... We got to be beware with what we spent here for our top 6. Be a little cheaper here. Jonas Singlethiler. Ooh, yes. Yes. $1.85 million for Jonas Singlethiler. We'll wait to pick up another defenseman because we want to get a goalie. So how much have we already spent so far? Approach. So we got Batherson at 3.4. Then we got Gambrell at 2.1. So yeah, 5 mil there. And then those two guys, that makes up almost 3 mil. Almost 3 mil there. So yeah, almost 8 mil that we've already spent. Probably won't be that incredibly much, but probably only have about $4 million to spend on a goalie in this situation here. not a whole lot of money. So you could get like either Merzlikins, but has once a long-term deal, or it's like Kevin Lankinen. Lankinen has been doggy doo-doo when he gets a lot of games, so definitely not good. I mean, yeah, it's either you fucking pay $5 million or you don't get a good goalie. So, I don't know. I don't know about this one, Chief. I mean, Sorkin not bad. He's been putting up some good numbers entire career, but now he just wants $5 million. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Ottinger, he's been good before, but he mostly played in the AHL. Didn't really get too much of a chance. Tristan Jarry, 923 this past year. Played a lot of games, so never really played that great, man. We're in a fucking shitty situation here, man. There's no goalies available. Like, there's not a whole lot to pick up for. Unless you go back with Casey DeSmith for another year, but he might just drop. And he's not even in here. Shit degree do. We'll wait. We'll see how much money we have, and then we'll spend money after that. I know we're waiting for the goaltending for last minute, and that's not what we should do because our goaltending has been complete ass. But we need to maybe see if we could get Sorkin or somebody in that sorts. Because Sorkin will probably be our best bet to go with. Just sign him for 2 years. Might not be a bad idea. You got Gustafsson, but he wasn't that great. Merzlikins, he's been alright, but you got to lock him up for 3 years. With Sorkin, you can just get him for 2. Either that or Peterson as well, but I don't think he's been... He's actually been alright. 2 great years with Toronto there. He might not be a bad idea either, but he's a little bit more, so... Depends on who wants which. So, well, we'll start off with Sorkin here. So, Sorkin's contract will be... Hopefully not a bad one. I'm hoping. A full-blown no movement clause for Sorkin, and then Peterson, he wants, please be a nice deal, because if it is, that'd be wonderful. Peterson, please be nice. They both want full-blown no movement clauses, so awesome, man. Sweet. I love it. So I guess we're going with Sorkin then. And he wants a little bit less than that, so perfect. 5.3. We'll sign him for actually 5.325. There we go. For 2 years, full-blown no movement clause for Sorkin. Oof, but it is what it is. We need a tandem this year. Saros has been ass. We need a tandem this year, and then the next year we get to trade Saros away to a playoff team if we really wanted to clear up some cap. We need a tandem this year, and I think this is our best bet to go with that. So that's what I'm thinking. So Sorkin, welcome into the team, and then we need one more defenseman to play in our top 6 there. Someone at an affordable contract here. I want a defensive defenseman as well. Someone to play in the back there. So you got Justin Hall. He doesn't play that bad, actually. You got Cameron Crotty. Justin Hall is a bit better. I don't really like Justin Hall in real life, but we're going to bring him into the Edmonton Oilers. 1.725 for Justin Hall. Oh, he's 35. Fuck. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just got Crotty. Whatever. Crotty would have been better because now we have the potential of Justin Hall falling off the face of the earth. That's all right. Whatever. If he does, we'll trade him. We'll get rid of him. So, let's get on to the start of the season here. And let's take a look at what we got for the Edmonton Oilers. See what we got to do. See what we got to do, bada bing. All right. Hopefully, it's not a bad-looking team. And hopefully we can... And hopefully Nuge doesn't fall off the face of the earth. Because we don't have a whole lot of cap to make a big move to improve that top 6 right now. Unless we, trade away, Nuge. But he has a no movement clause. So it's like... Can't really do a whole lot here in this situation here with the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, you could trade away Kaprizov and bring in a bunch of players, but you don't really want to do that. Or you could trade away McMahon, unless McMahon is ready to go this year, which I would love to see that, but he most likely will not. So McDavid, Nuge, Draisaitl, all the captains once again this upcoming year, so we're ready to go. And hopefully we don't have too many players falling off the face of the earth. Hopefully not. So, forward core, what do we got going here? And Nuge has dropped down to a third line. Awesome. So, I mean, that makes us more breathing room. I guess we can, use Drake Batherson up in the top 6, which he looks like he could potentially be maybe a teammate alongside of McDavid and Kaprizov. And then we could do, like, Draisaitl, Dubois, and Garland could be a possibility. We'll play Nuge down in the depth, and so that'll be that, I guess. McMahon's getting close. He's at 75 overall, but he's not growing like intensely too fast. So Nurse, Bouchard, Everson did not jump up once again this year, so that's massively disappointing in my opinion. And then of course Justin Hall dropped off, and Saros is at an 80 overall, and Sorkin's at an 84. So Saros, I mean, his morale will most likely jump back up, so that'll be a bonus, but still, it blows. So we want McDavid up on the top line, of course. Where's our boy Drake Batherson here? We want him moved all the way up to that top line there. And then we want Garland here. Dubois here. I mean, we could almost do that. That's a +5. Like, oh, fuck yeah. I think we know what we're doing here, boys. I think we know what we're doing here, boys. Lindbolm there. Him there. Graham Clark. We'll get our boy Gambrell up in here. Beauty. All right. I think that's the team. I think we still play Nuge up in the top 6. Why the hell not? I mean, if we're going to get good chemistry like this going, like, why not? Do Dubois, McDavid, Kaprizov again. Garland, Draisaitl, Nuge again. Lindbolm, Veleno, Batherson, Leeson, Gambrell, and Bachwist. Pretty good depth. Defensively, Bouchard can't play with Everson, of course, so it's going to be Cook and Edvidson. Yeah, I don't know about Everson, man. Maybe we trade him to... Yeah, maybe. I mean, we fucked that deal up hard, man, picking up Everson. I can't believe we screwed the Booch up that hard. Maybe we should have just went for one of the top defenders. Like, Detroit absolutely fucking fleeced us for Mr. Dylan Holloway. I mean, how well is Holloway doing, though, in Detroit? Like, is he still, like, an amazing player? He's making $15 million, bro. Maybe I am still glad we got rid of Holloway. Fucking $15 million, bro. Holy shit. Like, how can you afford anything else? Like, that is basically impossible, bro. Like, wow. So, we'll end the video here, guys. Almost. We're going to just take a look at all the available players, see if there's any available defensemen that maybe we can make a deal with Simon Everson to upgrade the D. Just a little bit more. I know we have an addiction of upgrading this defense, but we definitely need to. Noah Hannafin is definitely an idea. I know it's with the Calgary Flames, but I'm willing to do this type of deal where we try to go after Noah Hannafin. Now, the thing that sucks, it puts us in a pretty bad cap situation since Everson doesn't have a whole lot of money built up on him, right? So we would be over the cap by $2 million. So maybe we trade away Brent Leeson. We just deal with the fact that our depth will probably suck ass. They want to trade away their future defenseman here in Skuden. Jesper Skuden. But he's not really ready though. It's a problem with picking up that type of guy. And we'll just kind of take a look at the entire league, see if there's anything kind of enticing for the team to pick up this year. That would be a big improvement to our defensive core. So Vesalainen, Linglet. Wish we got Cal McCarr. That would have been gorgeous. So yeah, you got Connor Timmons here as well that we could go after. Devontae's. I mean, they're pretty low overalls though. Like Connor Timmons is also right-handed defenseman, so wouldn't fit the team extremely well. Shea Theodore, but $8.9 million. Like, well, how many years? 2 years? Could retain a little bit of that, I guess. Could try to scoop up a deal where we're probably gonna have to give up more if we're gonna retain. No, that's gonna be the problem. So yeah, I mean, we could go after like a really young defenseman, or we could make a big deal for Noah Hannafin. I know it's with Calgary, but why not give it a try? Noah Hannafin would be a pretty good defenseman. He fits on all defensive pairings. The problem is, like, so what we would probably have to do is give up like Edvidson in the deal. And then most likely, like, I would give up Justin Hall since he dropped off. Even then, that wouldn't be too much available cap unless we were to try to get, Calgary to retain like just 10% of his deal for 3 years. Since we did that for them for fucking Lucic, right? I mean, we're giving them a young player that is, for future-wise, not a bad idea. See, that's why I'm thinking about doing it with Shea Theodore, because if anything, we could give him like prospects and stuff. Like, what does St. Louis want? Simon Edvinsson? They don't. They don't want that. But Shea Theodore, how old is he? 32, so he's a bit older, a bit more expensive as well. They don't want any of our prospects either. They do want McMahon, so it makes sense to trade away McMahon in the deal. But we would have to retain, like, a fuck of a lot more. And I don't know if they would want to retain, like, that amount of money since they're kind of a playoff team. So, yeah, we're going to have to think about it. We're going to have to ponder on it if we want to make any deals or if we're just going to want to kind of go through the season and see if we need to make any moves later on down the road. But for yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, boys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, boys, and we'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.